My beloved, come closer and hear me clearly. I see the heaviness within your soul, the silent battles you fight, and the fear whispering lies that you are alone. But today, I offer you an invitation unlike any other, a sacred turning point that you cannot afford to miss. Within you burns a divine flame, a gift entrusted to you before time itself, that no darkness can extinguish, no fear can conquer. But the choice to embrace this light, to finally cast aside doubt, anxiety, and loneliness, rests in your hands right now. This moment is not by chance. It is destiny calling, urging you to rise from the shadows and step into the fullness of your identity. If you hesitate, you risk remaining in the wilderness of uncertainty and pain, missing the powerful transformation I have prepared specifically for you. Listen closely, for what I am about to reveal will change the course of your life forever. Will you dare to trust me, to surrender fully, and to discover the profound peace, purpose, and intimacy I am ready to pour into your spirit? The choice is urgent. The time is now. Your breakthrough awaits. You carry my light, a sacred spark entrusted to you before the foundation of the world. This light is not a mere glow or a passing ember. It is a radiant fire woven from my love, my truth, and my presence. It's the essence of who you are, the very breath of my spirit dwelling within you. I know the struggles you face each day, the battles fought silently behind your smile or in the shadowy moments of your nights. You wrestle with doubt, with weariness that creeps into your bones, and with a disbelief that whispers, "This light cannot endure." But I am here to tell you, the light I have given you cannot be snuffed out by any darkness you encounter. It shines not because of your strength, but because of my power made perfect in your weakness. When storms rage and the winds howl against your soul, you may feel surrounded by gloom. Yet the light you carry pierces even the thickest night. This light is a beacon, uniquely shaped and kindled through your journey, tempered like gold, refined by fire. It is made whole by every moment you choose to stand, to forgive, to love when love was hard. It pulses with the warmth of my promise, never forsaking you, never leaving you to navigate this world alone. The light you carry is more than illumination. It is a declaration that my presence lives within you and through you. It shines through your kindness, your acts of courage, and the resilience of your spirit. It is a light that dispels despair and sows seeds of hope where there was none. Understand, my dear, that you do not carry this light in vain or by accident. I have placed it within you deliberately. This is a gift of sacred trust, a calling wrapped in divine intimacy. When loneliness creeps in, or the weight of your trials threatens to bend you, remember that it is this very light I have set within your heart that sustains you. It feeds your spirit with a deep-rooted joy that even circumstances cannot steal. I compel you to look inward and recognize the fire that has never ceased to burn. Even through the darkest nights of the soul, you are a vessel cradling this divine flame. Its glow serves as a guide, not only for yourself, but for those around you who stumble through their own darkness. Though you may not always see it, your light stretches beyond you, like the dawn sweeping away night's remnants. It touches lives, revives weary hearts, and plants courage in the seeds of doubt. When discouragement tries to convince you otherwise, recall how I have chosen you, not because of who you are now, but because of who you are becoming in my image. Your light is a reflection of my glory, a beacon I have kindled within you to lead the way forward. Would you believe it if I said this light is unquenchable, even when your spirit falters, even when burdens feel too heavy to bear? That sacred flame pulses steady beneath the surface. It is a divine power, a source of hope that no adversity can obliterate. I am with you in every moment, nurturing this flame with my infinite love, sheltering it from the gusts that seek to extinguish your hope. It is an intimate relationship, my child, a dance of light and life that flows between us. Let this truth settle in you. You are not alone. Your light is my light, shining brightly because I have declared it so. So let your heart open to the radiance within. Light is never meant to be hidden or diminished. It is a powerful force that thrives in vulnerability and courage. Embrace the softness and the strength that your light embodies. Each step you take, carrying this light, prepares you for the purpose I have ordained. You were created to be a reflection of my eternal light in a world that desperately needs to see it. You, my beloved, are more than capable. I am pouring this light into your hands and into your soul with intentionality and care. Now ponder this with me. When you feel small, unseen, or overwhelmed, remember the one who lights your path from within. You carry my light through every challenge, every moment of despair, and every shadowed valley. It's not a fleeting glow, but a steady flame carved by my faithfulness, by my presence walking beside you at all times. Believe this deeply, for your light is a testimony of my unending love and the victory that is already yours. If your heart is stirring to receive this truth fully, do not turn away. Reach out to me with your whole self and watch as this sacred light blazes forth undiminished and glorious. My dear child, I see the heaviness that presses upon your heart, the shadow that lingers long after the noise of the day has faded. You carry within you a wound so deep that it feels as if no balm can reach its depth. I know the whispers of doubt that echo in your mind, the silent tears shed in moments when you believed no one was watching, the weight of past mistakes, the sting of disappointment, and the ache of unmet longing. These are burdens I understand intimately, for I fashioned your heart to feel, to yearn, to suffer, and yet also to heal. Sometimes, beloved, you may feel as though you have stepped into a wilderness, a place barren and cold, where the sun hides behind thick clouds and the stars seem too faint to guide your way. In these moments, your soul may cry out, questioning if I am near or if I have turned away. But listen, I have never abandoned you. Even when the night feels longest and the silence around you so profound, my presence wraps you like a cloak heavier than any sorrow, yet warmer than the fiercest longing. I am with you, unwavering, patiently waiting for your heart to lean upon me again. You are not alone in your suffering. Through endless ages, my love has been poured out for those who wrestle with the shadows, and my hands have reached down to lift the fallen. Do not mistake this time of struggle as punishment or judgment. It is, rather, a sacred invitation to see yourself through my eyes, a child precious beyond measure, whose worth is not tied to your performance or perfection, but bound irrevocably to my grace. There is a gentle correction in the very ache you feel. It is a whisper, not condemnation, reminding you that I desire more than mere survival for you. I desire abundant life, a deep and lasting peace that surpasses understanding. The ache, the longing, the sense of something missing, these are callings to turn toward me again, where true comfort resides. When you sense your heart trembling in the storm, remember that my love anchors you. I am the solid ground beneath your feet. When the earth seems ready to crumble, beloved, do not rush through your pain or suppress it. Sit with it for a moment, for I am there with you, holding space for your tears. Healing is not always loud or immediate. Sometimes it comes in the quiet acceptance of being held by the one who knows you completely. You do not need to have all the answers. Right now, I am weaving a tapestry from the threads of your fragile moments, turning brokenness into beauty within this sacred space. Receive my peace, a peace that is not the absence of trouble, but the presence of my steadfast love. You may feel unsteady, unsure if the light will ever reach these shadows, but know that my timing is perfect and I am never late. Trust in my gentle patience, for I am shaping a heart resilient and tender, one that can carry the fullness of joy once the storm has passed. Let this truth settle in you. I am not distant or indifferent. I am the living God who bends low to gather the fragments of your soul and mold them into a vessel of glory. Though you feel small and unworthy, you are the treasure I cherish most. Come to me with your wounds, bring your fears and confusion, and I will cradle them in my hands, transforming them into testimonies of my grace. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Lean into the quiet tug of my spirit within you. Allow me to be the healer of your deepest hurts, the balm for your weary spirit. Even when the night seems endless, my dawn is breaking over your horizon, and I will guide you into the warmth of a new day. Take this moment, beloved, to rest in my presence. Let the peace I offer seep into every corner of your being. Though the journey seems long and the road uncertain, I am your steadfast companion. Hold on to my promise that I am working all things together for your good, even when you cannot see the path ahead. Remember always that you are crafted in love, set apart, and called to walk a sacred path. The trials you face are not the end of your story, but the prologue to a chapter rich with hope, healing, and unshakable joy. Trust me, dear child, and let me carry you through this, for I am with you always, to the very end of the age. Will you surrender your pain to me right now and find rest beneath the shelter of my wings? My beloved, you stand at the crossroads of your identity, where the voices of this world and the whispers of your own heart collide in a tempest of confusion. I see the turmoil within you, the aching to understand who you truly are, beyond the reflections that bounce off the windows of fleeting approval and passing judgments. In this sacred space, where doubt threatens to unmoor your soul, I speak to you with the certainty of a love that fashioned you from the breath of eternity. You were not made for the shallow pools of acceptance offered by the world, but for the vast ocean of my presence, where your name is written, deep with purpose and grace. There are moments, child, when you look into the mirror and feel that the face staring back is a stranger shaped by the mistakes and burdens you carry. You bear them as though they define you, marks of shame and unworthiness that cloud your eyes from seeing the truth I placed there when I knit you together. But listen carefully. Your essence is sacred. It is unblemished by the accusations that whisper lies in the quiet hours. My hand created every fiber of your being with intention and infinite care, and my gaze upon you is one of unwavering affirmation. You are beloved, precious beyond all measure. Yet I know the labels and scars you bear seem to sing a different song, a melody of guilt, failure, and rejection. The voices inside echo the world's harsh verdicts, drowning out the gentle soundtrack of my unfailing love. How easily you forget that I have erased the debt that shackled you to the past. The weight of your missteps does not define the trajectory of your life. It was never meant to. In my eyes, you are a masterpiece in progress, a testament to the redemptive power that flows abundantly when you lean into my grace. When you feel overwhelmed by the shadow of your own shortcomings, remember that my forgiveness is not a mere token or fleeting gesture. It's the foundation upon which I build your new beginning. My dear, the journey toward embracing your divine identity is not a path of instant revelation, but a pilgrimage marked by patience and tender correction. I am not distant or indifferent to your struggle. I am present, always near, yearning to draw you closer into the shelter of my love. Like a master artisan, I gently shape your heart in the fires of refinement, purging the dross and allowing the pure gold of your soul to emerge. There are seasons when my silence feels deafening and the waiting is unbearable. This too has purpose. Trust that in the spaces where you feel abandoned, I am weaving together strands of strength and wisdom that you will need to stand firm in your calling. When the storm within rages and the voices grow louder, lift your eyes to me. Find refuge in the quiet assurance that your worth extends beyond all human measure, because it is anchored in my everlasting covenant with you. Do not allow the counterfeit identities offered by guilt or condemnation to claim space in the sanctuary I have built within you. Instead, choose to dwell in the truth that your identity is wrapped in my arms, and that no force on earth or in the unseen realms can separate you from that embrace. Let this truth settle in you. You are my beloved, fashioned for purpose and cherished beyond comprehension. As you walk this path, remember that your worth is intimately connected to your awareness of my presence. Every tear you have shed, every silent plea whispered in the night, has been gathered and held close to my heart. I see you not as broken beyond repair, but as a vessel of my glory, waiting to radiate light into the places shadowed by doubt and fear. This transformation begins when you stop striving to prove your value by external measures, and instead rest in the secure knowledge that your identity is found in my love alone. The world's applause fades. My voice is eternal. If your heart is stirring now, do not turn away. Embrace the divine truth dwelling within you and reject the false narratives that have tried to define your worth. Look inward, wrapped in my steadfast love, and discover the identity that I have fashioned uniquely for you. This is no casual affirmation, but a spiritual reality as solid as the mountains and as deep as the seas. To walk in this understanding is to unleash a courage that transcends fear, a peace that silences the chaos, and a joy that begins in the soul and cascades outward. Together, hand in hand, we journey through this discovery. Allow me to reveal the facets of your being that shine with my glory. Your story is not written in moments of failure, but in the resilience born of my unwavering faithfulness. You are my dear child, crafted with intention, redeemed with power, and destined for the fullness of life I have prepared for you. Hold fast to this identity, and let it be the anchor that steadies you amid the shifting tides of your circumstances. Rest now in the certainty that your divine identity is not a distant dream, but a present reality, alive and breathing in the very depths of your soul. I am the God who calls you by name and delights in the treasure of your being. You are never alone or forgotten, for you reside within the eternal embrace of my heart. Will you trust me now with the deepest part of who you are? Will you let my love erase the lies and write a new song of identity upon your heart? The choice is before you. Walk forward with courage, my beloved, for you are known, loved, and made whole in me. Let this truth embed itself so deeply in your spirit that it shapes every breath you take and every step you make. Your identity, your worth, your essence are all wrapped in my everlasting love, a love that nothing can diminish or destroy. This is your invitation to live fully as the cherished creation I declared you to be before time began. Will you believe me this time, my dear child? It is in the quiet moments, when the world's noise falls away, that I draw you close, revealing the sacred depths of intimacy I have long prepared for you. You may have wandered, seeking solace or meaning in the realms of others, searching for what you already carry within. Yet here, in my presence, you are invited to step beyond the surface and into the profound well of connection reserved for those who dare trust me with their truest selves. I know how wearisome the journey has been, the days when loneliness thickened the air around you, and the nights when unanswered questions echoed in your heart. Still, you might wonder if you have what it takes to enter the inner sanctuary of my love, if you are worthy of belonging to me with all your frailty. Listen carefully. None of your imperfections create distance between us. In fact, they draw you nearer, like a worn lamb seeking shelter under the wings of the shepherd. With every step toward me, you become more alive to the exquisite reality of my presence, which welcomes you as you are, whole and incomplete, radiant and wounded all at once. Imagine a garden at dawn, heavy with the scent of blooming flowers and the soft hum of awakening life. This garden is your soul, beloved, and I am the gardener who tends each corner with patient hands. Where you see wildness or disorder, where you fear emptiness or neglect, my love nurtures growth unseen to human eyes. I trace gentle paths through your heart, leading you into chambers of trust where words give way to silent understanding. Here, no performance is needed, no mask to hide behind. You belong because you are mine. Your identity is woven into my very being. Intimacy with me is not a destination reached by grand gestures or spiritual achievements. It is a daily invitation to rest in my truth, to lay down your worries and fears like burdens from which you can finally disentangle yourself. Trust does not grow from control, but from surrender, an unshakable confidence that I am near, even when you cannot see me or sense me as you wish. Feel the steady beat of my heart beneath yours. Hear the gentle whisper of my voice when your thoughts are loudest and your spirit weakest. This is where deep healing begins, where the fragments of your past pain meet my unchanging mercy. I see the isolation that sometimes wraps itself around your soul like a cold cloak, making you feel unseen and unheard. Yet behind the veil of silence, I am working, shaping a story more beautiful than you can imagine. When you reached out in quiet desperation, even if only in thought or prayer, know that I am already holding your trembling hand. Your longing for connection is met with a love that knows no distance. Like the sun breaking through storm clouds, my presence dispels shadows of doubt and fear, illuminating your heart with a radiant belonging that no earthly relationship can replicate. Do not mistake this intimacy as distant or unfeeling. On the contrary, my love burns with a fierce compassion that meets you exactly where you are. Your joys become my delight, your sorrows my burden to carry. When you feel overwhelmed, I am the refuge where your spirit can find rest. In the quiet, you may catch the sound of my heart calling yours by name, an eternal melody that cannot be silenced by time or circumstance. Let this truth settle in you. The deep, tender connection between your spirit and mine is a sanctuary open always. My dear, as you take these moments to embrace our closeness, ask yourself if your heart is truly open to experience what I long to give. Cast aside pretense and fear, and step willingly into the embrace that waits to enfold you. I am patient, a refuge for the weary, never demanding, but always yearning to be your confidant and friend. To walk this path of intimacy requires vulnerability, but in that vulnerability lies the greatest strength. It is the courage to lay down defenses and trust that you will be met not with judgment, but with grace. In this sacred space, your identity is not defined by the roles you play or the masks you wear. You are not bound by others' expectations or by the doubts that cling tightly to your spirit. Here you are free to be known, truly known and loved without condition. The safety of my presence allows your spirit to flourish, to heal old wounds, and to emerge renewed by the power of profound acceptance. How different would your days be if you truly believed you belonged to me? Absolutely, unshakably. So I invite you now to open your heart fully, without reservation or hesitation. Let me into the places you keep hidden, those corners of your soul where fear or shame have reserved their hold. Surrender each of these to me, confident that my love is stronger than every defeat, every regret, every silence you've endured. In this surrender, my beloved, you find not weakness, but the gateway to the deepest intimacy, where your spirit and mine intertwine in a bond unbreakable and everlasting. Will you dare to trust me with your whole heart this day? Will you choose to step into the sacred dance of intimacy, laying down the heavy cloak of loneliness to wear instead the garment of divine connection? Know that I am faithful, a steady refuge you can run to at any hour. In the quiet, in the stillness, in the soft places between your breaths, I am there waiting with arms outstretched. Let this be the moment you acknowledge how deeply you are loved and how completely you are invited into a rich, intimate relationship that transcends all understanding. This is my heart for you, my beloved, an everlasting welcome into the holy space where you are not just seen, but treasured, not just heard, but cherished. Step in, breathe deeply of this love. Let your soul be nourished by the endless flow of my presence. Do not close this door now. Do not turn away in fear or doubt. Instead, lean in and receive the fullness of my embrace. Let the reality of our intimacy become the foundation upon which your every step is guided, your every fear transformed, your every longing fulfilled. The invitation stands. Will you accept it? My dear child, I am aware of the burden that fear has placed upon your heart, the way it coils tightly within you, like a serpent in the dark, silent and unyielding. Fear is a shadow that creeps in when the light seems faintest, when the path before you wavers beneath uncertain skies. I see how it whispers deceit, casting doubt upon your faith, weaving a tapestry of anxiety that threatens to choke the very breath from your spirit. Yet even in the depths where fear dwells, my presence remains unwavering, like a fortress standing firm amid the storm. You must understand that fear is not the absence of faith, but rather a call to deepen your surrender. It is an invitation, though painful, to relinquish your illusions of control and to lean fully into me, the rock that cannot be moved, the light that pierces the darkest night. Anxiety whispers that you are alone, that your struggles are unseen and your prayers unanswered. But child, I am closer than your heartbeat, more intimate than the air you breathe. In every tremble of your soul, I am there, reaching out with hands of love and assurance. Remember the story of the storms upon the sea. When my beloved disciples felt the wind rage and waves crash with fury, they saw only the tempest, not the hand that held the helm. So it is with you. When anxiety tightens its grip, remind yourself that I am steering your life's vessel, not recklessly, but with divine purpose. I allow the tempest not to harm you, but to teach you the cadence of trust, the rhythm of faith that sings even in the fiercest wind. When you place your hand in mine, you anchor in a harbor unshaken by turmoil. Often, fear tries to disguise itself as wisdom, cautioning you against vulnerability and hope. Yet, my beloved, I call you beyond that veil into a place of courageous surrender. To trust me is not to deny your fears, but to face them in the light of my steadfast love. Admit your fears to me openly, for I am not a distant judge, but a compassionate Father who longs to hold each trembling heart. Allow your vulnerability to become the doorway through which my healing flows, a channel through which courage is born anew. In times when the night seems endless and your soul is thirsting for peace, search for me in the silence. I do not always speak in thunderous declarations. Often, my voice is a whisper, a gentle murmur folding into your deepest being. When fear saturates your nights and thoughts spiral uncontrollably, pause and listen for this quiet voice. Let it fill you with a peace that surpasses understanding, a balm that soothes each anxious knot. I am your refuge, the shelter where your soul can find restoration. Child, I invite you to exchange your trembling for trust. Bring me your fears laid bare, your uncertainties displayed like open hands, and watch how I transform them. I do not promise a life absent of struggle, but I guarantee my presence through every challenge. You are never forsaken, never forgotten. Your fear is a seed I am nurturing toward faith, fragile now, yes, but destined to blossom into a mighty testament of my strength working in your weakness. Look to the horizon, not with dread, but with expected hope. For I am alive in the waiting. Anxiety often plants lies about timing, whispering that relief will never come, that the wait is endless and cruel, but my timing is perfect, woven intricately with wisdom beyond human comprehension. I work behind the scenes when the stage seems empty. I am crafting a narrative where even the darkest chapters serve the greater story of your redemption and growth. So, my dear, when anxiety or fear rises within, remember who you are in me and whose you are. You belong to a kingdom where fear will one day be vanquished completely, where perfect love casts out every shadow. For now, let me be your shield and strength. This is a battle I fight alongside you, with hands that hold all power and a heart that beats solely for your peace. Will you surrender your fears to me today, letting my love be the light that dissolves every shadow? Will you choose to trust the unseen hands guiding your life, even when the future feels uncertain? This trust is not passive, but a courageous leap, a declaration of faith that I am enough, that I am all you need. Let this truth settle deeply in your heart. No fear, no anxiety is beyond the reach of my love. I am here always as your protector, your refuge, your unshakable foundation. Come to me with your fears and receive my peace that surpasses all understanding. There, in my presence, your soul will find rest and your spirit will be renewed. Let your trembling become testimony and your anxious heart become a beacon of my sustaining grace. I hold you, beloved, in my everlasting arms. My child, I see how the shadows of doubt creep quietly into the corners of your heart, whispering uncertainties that cloud your vision and shake your soul. These moments when fear seems like a roaring tempest and anxiety swells like a rising flood are not foreign to me. I have witnessed your tremors, the late-night battles in your mind, where apprehension coils and doubt clutches like a relentless thief in the darkness. Yet I want you to know these feelings are not your definitions. They are the storms that refine you, the sculpting winds that shape your faith into a testimony of endurance. Imagine the mighty oak tree standing tall in the midst of a violent storm. Its branches may bend and its leaves may scatter, but the deep roots hold fast in the nourishing earth beneath. So it is with your spirit. Your trials, your shaky steps in the wilderness of uncertainty do not mean that your roots are shallow. No, beloved, they are nestled deeply within my unchanging love. When your heart races with trepidation, when your breath feels stolen by the weight of anxiety, it is then I am drawing you closer, urging you to anchor your soul in me. Think about the morning mist that shrouds the valley, concealing the path but never erasing it. Your doubts may mask the certainty of my presence, but they do not eradicate it. I am the steadfast light behind every cloud, the unyielding melody in every silent struggle. When your spirit is overwhelmed by the unknown, remember, I am your steady hand on the tiller, your refuge beneath the shadow of the everlasting hills. I hold you when your knees tremble, when your mind runs wild with what-ifs. I hold you not with an iron grip, but with the tenderness of a father who knows every fragile fiber of your being. Doubt can be a teacher, my dear, not because it signifies a lack of faith, but because it invites you into a deeper yearning for me. Remember how the night is darkest just before dawn? In those moments when your heart queries, when you question whether the path is truly mine, let that yearning be a spark that calls you out of the wilderness and into my embrace. I am not distant, even when silence lingers. I am quietly weaving a tapestry of your faith, threading each doubt into the fabric of trust. Trust is not the absence of uncertainty. It is a willingness to hold on even when the eyes cannot see clearly. Consider the stars that flicker but never fail in the vast expanse of night. Your faith flickers too, beloved, not because it is weak, but because it is alive and real. Each flicker is a prayer, each trembling belief an offering. In your moments of trembling, I am the steady flame that does not burn out. When fear tries to snatch your hopes, cling to this truth: I have conquered the darkness. You reside in my victorious light. Your anxious heart, though it beats unpredictably, is my beloved dwelling place. Does your soul feel like a knot of frayed threads tangled with uncertainty and whispers of failure? Let me gently unravel the chaos. Guilt can often disguise itself in the cloak of doubt, whispering lies that you're unworthy of my peace or incapable of my love. Child, hear my voice cutting through the noise. You are sanctified in the eyes of my grace. You are precious beyond measure, and your worth is not dependent on your performance, understanding, or perfect certainty. It is fixed in the bedrock of my covenant with you, a covenant that no fear or doubt can dissolve. When the anxiety elevates a mountain so high you cannot see beyond, remember the story of the child who trusted me even without clear sight. That child, trembling yet hopeful, was held firmly within my hands. I urge you the same now. Do not shrink in fear of what you cannot see. Instead, raise your hands and heart toward me, for I am the beacon on the mountaintop. I will illuminate the path, often step by step, breath by breath. There's no haste in my timing, only divine precision woven through the tapestry of your days. Do not mistake silence for absence, child. The quiet moments when your cries seem to echo unanswered are not the end of the conversation between us. In those spaces, I am working in ways unseen, preparing your heart, shaping your faith, building your strength for what lies ahead. The silence may feel unbearable, but it is a sacred space where seeds of trust take root. Will you let your heart soften into this silence and hear the whisper beneath the storm? It says, I am here. I will not abandon you. Fear not. I know the arduous dance you perform, trying to hold on to hope amidst the tides of anxiety. I see the exhaustion you carry from wrestling with shadows. Yet I promise this: when you surrender your fears to me, you create room for peace that surpasses human understanding. Will you let this peace rule in your heart? When doubt storms, will you allow my voice to be the anchor? You are not alone in this journey. Each step, no matter how unsteady, is in the hands of the one who made you. Rest in that truth. Let this truth settle in you. Your fears do not define you, but my love does. When your mind is a tempest and your heart a battlefield, choose to trust in the unyielding nature of my presence. I am the calm in your chaos, the peace in your storm. Will you believe me this time? Will you open the door of your anxious heart and invite me to dwell there as the refuge you seek? The path forward may be veiled by shadows, but your steps are illuminated by eternal light. Let your heart rest in that light, beloved, for it is everlasting, unwavering, and utterly devoted to you. My dear, I see the storms that rage within you, the fears that creep quietly into the corners of your mind, the anxieties that tighten around your chest like invisible chains. These are not marks of weakness. They are echoes of a fallen world that has forgotten peace. But I am your refuge, your shelter in the tempest. When darkness threatens to overwhelm, do not turn away from me. Step closer. For in my presence alone will your heart find its anchor. Let your trembling soul reach for me, even in the stillness of the night when doubts howl loudest. I am here, steadfast and unshaken, your eternal security. There is a story woven into the fabric of your life, a tapestry of trials meant not to break you, but to build you up. Imagine the mightiest oak that stands tall and strong. It was once but a tender seed, battling through soil and storm. So too does your faith grow stronger through facing the fears that seek to undo you. Each heartbeat of courage in the midst of anxiety is a testament to my sustaining power. I have not abandoned you to the wild winds of your thoughts. Rather, I walk beside you, a gentle hand upon your shoulder, whispering calm into your soul. Do not be afraid to voice your fears to me. Pour out your heart fully, unmasked and raw, for it is in vulnerability that my love shines brightest. I am not distant, dispassionate, or unmoved by your struggles. I am intimately acquainted with every trembling thought. I see the purity of your desire for peace, even when your mind wanders toward shadows. This is why I invite you now. Bring your anxieties into the light of my truth. Lay each fear at my feet, and watch as they dissolve in the warmth of my compassion. Will you entrust me with your burdens today? Fear often seeks to isolate you, to convince you that you are alone in your fight. But nothing could be further from the truth. I am not a God who watches from afar. I am the shepherd who never leaves my sheep behind. When you feel the crushing weight of doubt closing in, remember the countless times I have carried you when your strength failed. Each moment of quiet surrender is a victory over the tyranny of fear. Let this moment be no different. Reach out and grasp the unshakable trust I offer. You are never unseen, nor unheard, nor unloved. Anxiety distorts the truth of your identity, whispering lies that you are less than my beloved child, less than whole, less than worthy. I speak a different reality to you. In me, you are complete and precious. Your worth is not measured by your performance or by the absence of fear, but by my unwavering love that holds you even when you falter. When whispers of inadequacy bubble up, counter them with the undeniable truth that you are known and cherished beyond measure. Let my affirmation breathe life into the places anxiety has tried to suffocate. I am crafting from every tremor and trial a resilient spirit within you. Just as gold is refined by fire, so your faith is purified through moments of uncertainty. Allow the refining furnace to do its work without resistance. I am with you in every fiery trial, shaping, sculpting, and strengthening the foundation of your trust. Though the process may be unseen and the waiting long, this is the path to a faith that cannot be shaken. Not a faith that depends on circumstances, but one grounded in the unchanging heart of God. Hold fast to hope, beloved. Fear may come at night, anxiety may visit at dawn, but hope is a light that never fades. It is the quiet assurance that I am working beyond sight, making all things new and whole. When your heart is overwhelmed, let this hope take root and grow deeper. It will be a mighty fortress in times of trouble. Will you choose to nurture this hope today, even when your soul feels weary? Offer it your attention and watch how I will transform your landscape of fear into a garden of peace. Remember, my dear child, that no giant is too great for me to overcome on your behalf. Your fears, though towering now, are but shadows before the light of my power. I am your defender, your mighty deliverer. Every anxious thought you bring to me becomes an opportunity for me to display my faithfulness anew. Trust in my perfect love, for it casts out all fear and fills your heart with unparalleled peace. Let me fill the hollow places anxiety tries to carve. Will you open your heart to receive my peace right now? Do not shy away from seeking support within your spiritual family. I have placed others along your path to walk beside you in moments of struggle, to share your fears, to be carried in prayer, and to receive encouragement. This is part of the healing I desire for you. Isolation feeds anxiety, but connection nurtures faith. Let your heart be vulnerable with those who love me, because they will also love you with a kindness that mirrors mine. Will you take a step toward community, allowing yourself to be held and comforted? Above all else, my beloved, keep your eyes and heart fixed on me, the unchanging source of your hope and peace. When your thoughts spiral, Return to my presence where calm waters and green pastures await your weary soul. There you will find restoration and strength for the journey. Do not let the worries of today steal the joy of knowing me as your steadfast refuge. Let this truth settle deeply in you. I am your sanctuary, and within me fear and anxiety have no place. Will you come to me now, just as you are? My beloved, I invite you to lean deeply into the quiet moments where the world's noise fades and my presence becomes unmistakable. There are times in your journey when silence stretches endlessly, an empty expanse that can feel like abandonment or forgetfulness. Yet in these very moments, I am more present than ever, holding you with a love that never wavers. The waiting is not absence. It is a sacred space where your soul is being gently molded and prepared for what only I can reveal. I understand how heavy the weight of uncertainty can feel, how the shadows of doubt may creep in and cloud your vision, stirring anxiety that feels unshakable. But hear my heart. This waiting is not a punishment nor a sign that you are forgotten. It is the unveiling of my perfect timing, which is crafted with infinite wisdom, surpassing your limited understanding. Imagine a seed buried beneath the soil, seemingly motionless, swallowed by darkness and silence for what feels like an eternity. Yet beneath that stillness, a vibrant process unfolds. The roots stretch steadily downward, drinking in life-sustaining waters, while unseen forces coax the tiny sprout to prepare for its grand emergence. So too with you, my dear child. Beneath the silence of waiting, your spirit is taking deep hold of my life. The wait is my divine workshop where your faith will be refined, your trust deepened, your character strengthened beyond what you now see. I am at work inside you, weaving threads of gold from the moments you feel most fragile. You may not perceive it now because you are immersed in the waiting, but soon the veil will lift, and my light will break forth in dazzling brilliance from the parts of you that seemed broken. Do not rush this sacred interval. Resist the temptation to fill the silence with anxious striving or despair. Instead, surrender your impatience into my hands, the hands that fashioned you with love and intention. Remember, my dear, my timing is perfect, not only for the unfolding of events, but for the awakening of your soul. Sometimes I withhold the answer or delay the blessing so that you may develop a deeper hunger for me, a thirst that only I can quench. This hunger opens the door for greater intimacy between us, teaching you to listen to my voice, subtle and tender, amid the stillness. Open your heart now and rest in the assurance that I am with you every breath you take. I am the constant in the quiet, the unchanging presence in your waiting room. Let this truth settle in you, my beloved. You are not abandoned. You are held in a love that endures beyond time. The waiting may feel isolating, but it is never without purpose. In these moments where you cannot see the pathway clearly, I am broadening your vision beyond what your eyes can comprehend. I am teaching you to trust my guidance when the road is hidden and your strength feels depleted. Your faith, like a tender shoot, must grow upward through the soil of uncertainty, reaching for my light. And I am your source, pure, unwavering, eternal. When doubt encroaches, call upon me with the faith of a child reaching for their father's hand in the dark. I will steady your trembling steps. I will renew your courage. Your soul is being readied not merely for the moment you envision, but for a destiny far greater, a story written in my heart before the foundations of the earth. Will you believe me this time when I say I am here, and I have not forgotten you? Reflect now on the moments of your past when waiting tested you, the long nights of unanswered prayers and dreams deferred. Look how I sustained you even then, how I moved behind the scenes to orchestrate blessings you did not yet see. The waiting was not wasted. It was a sacred preparation. I promise you the future I am crafting is glorious beyond your imagination. But it requires patience, faith, and surrender. Let each breath be a prayer of trust, each heartbeat a silent song of hope. When fear whispers that the waiting is too long, remind yourself that I am weaving a tapestry of grace and purpose, intertwining your life with my eternal plan. You are not alone in the silence. I am walking beside you, your constant companion and sure refuge. Hold fast to this hope, my dear child, and do not allow despair to take root. Your waiting season is fertile ground for new growth. I'm calling you to lean on me more than ever, to find your deepest identity in my love, not in the speed of outcomes. In those moments when you feel weary, come to me and find rest. I lay down no burdens too heavy for your spirit to bear, because I am your strength and shield. Let the rhythm of your life be tuned to my heartbeat, and learn the sacred art of patience, a gift that empowers you to endure, to blossom, and to radiate my peace even in the midst of waiting. You belong to me, and nothing in all creation can separate you from my perfect love, even the long silent pauses. So I ask you now, will you join me in this holy waiting? Will you trust that what is hidden will soon be revealed? Will you lay your desires, fears, and impatience at my feet, and open your heart to the nurturing silence where I dwell most intimately? Embrace this time as a precious sanctuary, a divine appointment with your Maker. I delight in your companionship in these still waters, and I am crafting a song of joy for your coming breakthrough. Let this truth settle deep within you, beloved, and let your soul rest secure in my hand. My dear child, there are moments when the fog of uncertainty thickens, and you find yourself wandering through valleys where the light seems distant and faint. In these times, feelings of being lost, abandoned, or unseen rise like shadows, attempting to cloak your heart. Yet even in the deepest shadows, I am present, steadfast and unmovable, watching over you with eyes full of unwavering love. Do not mistake the silence around you for absence, for I am the whisper beneath your breath, the steady pulse within your veins, the unseen hand guiding your steps through the unknown. I know the ache of loneliness that sometimes pierces your soul, how it can feel as if the world has turned away, leaving you to navigate your sorrows alone. My beloved, this pain is real, and I receive it fully. Yet I am here, always here, holding you more tenderly than you can grasp in moments of despair. When you question whether you matter, whether you belong, hear my voice declaring that you are mine, etched into the very fabric of my heart, irreplaceable and treasured beyond measure. Your existence is no accident. You were crafted with purpose and intention, woven into the design of eternity with precision and care. In the solitude of your struggle, I am the lamp that does not flicker, the refuge where your spirit may find rest. Even when the landscape of your life is shrouded in confusion or pain, my presence surrounds you like a fortress of light, a sanctuary unreachable by the fears that seek to claim you. Remember, the lost are not forsaken. They are pilgrims on a journey toward discovery and restoration. I walk with you step by step, guiding you through the wilderness to a place of peace and clarity. The darkness is not the end, but a passage toward deeper understanding and greater strength. There is a sacred purpose behind the seasons of feeling unseen and unheard. In these moments, the veil is drawn back to reveal the depths of your heart's true desires, the longings for connection, purpose, and affirmation that only I can fulfill completely. I see every tear, every sigh, and every silent prayer whispered in the quiet corners of your soul. None of these escapes my notice. They are precious offerings that draw you closer to me, inviting a deeper intimacy that transforms your pain into perseverance and your solitude into communion. Consider the way a night sky, though vast and dark, is dotted with stars that shine bright precisely because of the darkness that surrounds them. Your moments of feeling lost and unseen are akin to those stars, your soul shining steadfastly in the shadows, drawing my gaze and my heart towards you. I never tire of seeking you, of calling you by name, and embracing you with a love that never fails. This love is your anchor, your sure foundation amid the shifting sands of life's uncertainties. As you wrestle with abandonment or invisibility, turn your gaze inward and upward simultaneously. Trust in my promise that you are never truly alone. Even when the world seems to have turned its back, your feelings are valid, but they do not define the truth of who you are in my sight. You are cherished, known fully, and surrounded by a divine presence that will not let go. Let this truth settle in you, my dear. Let it breathe life into the fragments of your broken heart and piece together the mosaic of your identity that I am lovingly restoring. Your journey through these difficult emotions is not meant to isolate you, but to refine you, to prepare you for the fullness of joy and connection that awaits when you fully embrace my presence. It is in these crucibles of loneliness that your faith is forged stronger. Your dependence upon me deepens, and your understanding of my steadfast love becomes unshakable. I am not distant. I am the constant pulse of life within you, the breath that animates your every moment. Do not rush past these feelings in search of quick relief. Instead, lean into them with open hands and an open heart. Invite me to speak tender truth into your soul, to heal the hidden wounds that lie beneath the surface. Rest in my arms, where the ache of abandonment is met with overwhelming acceptance, and the fear of invisibility is dispelled by the radiant light of my gaze. You are not forgotten. You are deeply seen and endlessly loved. Remember, my child, that feeling lost is often the precursor to being found. The journey through the wilderness of your emotions leads to an oasis of my peace and presence. Trust the process. Trust that I am walking with you, and trust in the transformation that my love is orchestrating in your life. You are part of a greater story, one of redemption, restoration, and eternal belonging. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away from this whisper of hope. Embrace it, knowing that you are held securely in hands that will never let you go. Inviting my light into the shadows of your heart will bring clarity, healing, and a deep sense of belonging that no earthly circumstance can remove. As you continue this journey, lean into me and find solace in my unwavering promise. You are never lost to me. Your value, your place, your identity in my kingdom remain steadfast, no matter how many times the world tries to dim your brilliance. You are beloved beyond measure, crowned with my grace, and anchored eternally in my love. Take a moment now to breathe deeply and feel my presence wrapping you in a love that transcends all understanding. Let my voice be the balm that soothes your weary spirit and the lamp that guides your path through every shadow. Trust me to bring you to the place where you will not only be found, but fully known and cherished. Open your heart, my dear child, and let me reveal to you the profound truth of your belonging. For in that revelation, you will find a peace that no one can take away. Will you accept this embrace today? Will you rest in my sight and allow my love to illuminate your path forward? Let this be your moment of surrender, your choosing of my presence over the pangs of loneliness and abandonment. You are mine now and forever, and nothing can separate you from the devotion I have for you. Hold on to this promise as you continue forward, for I am with you always, guiding, comforting, and loving you through every trial. Let your heart rise in hope, for the journey is not ended, but just beginning with my hand in yours. If your soul is quietly calling out, listen closely. That is the sound of my love calling you home to rest and be renewed. Embrace it. for I am never far. My beloved, as we come together once more, I invite you to rest fully in the truth that has been woven through your heart in this journey. The assurance that you are never outside my reach, that your identity is firmly rooted in my unchanging love. You are mine by my design. You are intricately formed and deeply cherished before the foundations of the earth were laid. The doubts that have whispered in your mind, the fears that have battled for your attention, the moments you questioned your worth, all of these are met by my steadfast presence. I am the source of your true belonging, the refuge where your soul can find rest. In the breadth and length of my compassion, there is no corner dark enough for despair to cling upon when you invite me near. Your past mistakes, the scars imprinted by pain or rejection, they do not define you. My grace does. Your story, beloved, though marked by struggle, is not without purpose. Every tear you have shed has been collected and transformed in my heart. I have turned your trials into strength, your wounds into windows that let my healing light shine through. Trust in this profound alchemy of love and restoration that I work within you, even when you cannot see it yet. I understand the seasons when silence feels like abandonment, the stretching spaces where answers seem absent. Yet in those hidden times I am faithfully shaping you, molding your spirit to bear my fruit. Your waiting is never wasted nor ignored, for the divine timing I hold is crafted perfectly for your ultimate good. I, who speak life into creation, am speaking to the depths of your soul now, calling you forward into the destiny threaded through every breath you take, every step you have yet to tread. My dear child, surrender your trembling grip on fear and doubt. Release the burden of performance and belonging earned by your own striving. In this moment, step into the fullness of your identity as my beloved, created to shine with my glory. Your purpose is not obscured by confusion or pain. It is alive, pulsing in rhythm with my heartbeat. Listen closely to the whispers of your spirit, for they echo the truth of your calling. I walk with you through every valley and every mountaintop, weaving your story into a tapestry more beautiful than you can imagine. Remember, intimacy with me is not a distant hope, but a present reality. You are invited into my presence at any moment to lay down your armor and rest in my arms. I delight in you beyond all measure, and nothing you have done or left undone can separate you from my love. Let this reality settle deep within your soul and transform your every fear into courage, your every doubt into faith. My beloved, if your heart has stirred, even in the slightest, then you have already heard the whisper of my presence calling you deeper. Do not let this moment fade into memory. Return to this space often, for each time you come, I will meet you anew with fresh mercies, renewed strength, and deeper revelations of who you are in me. This is more than a message. It is a sacred rhythm, a divine encounter, waiting to unfold in your spirit day by day. Let this be your sanctuary. Let this channel be the place where your weary soul finds rest, your questions find truth, and your heart finds my unfailing love again and again. So I invite you, subscribe not just to a message, but to a journey into healing, a journey into identity, a journey into the fullness of my love for you. Turn on the bell so you never miss when I speak to your spirit. Share this with someone else who needs to remember who they are, who needs to remember whose they are. You are mine, you are loved, and I will be waiting for you here always. Come back soon. Your story is still unfolding, and I have so much more to show you. Amen.